Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it. The final Radiohead album up to this point, A Moon-Shaped Pool. Just a quick, disclaimer, I am a bit ill while I'm recording this, so I'm probably not going to be talking as much, and I'm probably not going to be as energetic as I am in my other videos, but I think this is, the perfect album for me to listen to while I'm sick, because it's just, so soft and slow, and I'm just really excited to talk about it, so I wanted to get this recorded anyway. A Moon-Shaped Pool. This album came out in 2016. It is 11 songs, 52 minutes. I think that's the second longest Radiohead album, I'm pretty sure. I'm just really excited to get into this one, man. I guess I should probably give some context as to how this album was created first. Basically, the way this album was made was a lot of the songs on here are older Radiohead songs that were unreleased. I think Desert Island Disc is one of them, Ful Stop is one of them, Identikit, the most famous of them, True Love Waits. They're all older Radiohead songs that took years to be released. It took True Love Waits 20 years to be released. They first started making the song back in the Benz sessions, I think. So yeah, it's surprising how great this album is, considering all of the songs were made in completely different time periods and completely reworked to fit in on this album. And also, there's some much needed context for the album. This album came out right after Tom York's split with his wife and the death of Nigel Godrich's father. So this album is very moody and sad and depressing and very slow. This is different to any other Radiohead album. So I'm very excited to get into this one. I am just going to get straight into it with track 1, Burn the Witch. Okay, already the start of this song is just absolutely incredible. It opens with a freaking one of Johnny Greenwood's best string arrangements ever. Instantly setting itself apart from the glitchy experimental stuff that they were doing on The King of Limbs. It's showing you that this album is going to be much more organic and live than the album was, which I really like. Oh my god, the singing here as well is so incredible. I love Tom York's vocal style on this album. It's much more high-pitched and nasal. I think it sounds really great. Red crosses on wood and door. Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, come on. That is... Oh my god, man. That is the best way to open this album. Jesus Christ. First of all, the sound of that song, so good. Johnny Greenwood's string arrangement actually being the center of the track, I love that. The way they blend some of the electronic elements with the drums, it's really subtle, but it adds so much here. And Tom York, his vocals are incredible. Even the writing here, like it's even like really easy to follow along with the writing, which I really appreciate. Which I was my biggest complaint about the King of Limbs. Well, one of my biggest complaints was the writing just not connecting. Like everything here, like actually clicks and makes sense. And I love that this song is like showing you what this album is going to be. It's lots of very bright, soft sounds with very intense, dark lyrics, which I think is very necessary. It's a very necessary way to start the album off. This thing's perfect, honestly. This song is one of the best album openers on any Radiohead album. Like tied for my favorite with 2 + 2 = 5, honestly. That song's a 10. It's flawless. It's absolutely incredible. I'm just gonna move on to the next song, Daydreaming. Something I only just noticed about this song. In like the left channel, it's so quiet, but you can hear like a little ticking sound that's in sync with the piano. That I only just noticed that. That's a great detail. All of like the subtle noises they got going on in the background too. Again, the vocals are just some of the best on any Radiohead album, full stop. Like, he's giving some of the best vocal performances ever. It's not even just good singing, it's the way he's able to put across his emotions on this album that I think is the best part about it. I actually have one of my best experiences with this album. When I was going on holiday last year. I hate planes, right? I hate being on planes. I remember as the plane was taking off, I put on this album. I just had like I think I was using these earphones, and then I was, on the plane listening to this album. And I remember when Daydreaming came on, I just got so locked in, I completely forgot I was on the plane. I was so calm, I was so chilled out. That is probably one of like the best experiences I've had with this album, dude. Oh, those subtle strings, they just add so much here. Oh, that bass is incredible too. I think the thing that works best about this song, it's a 6-minute song that doesn't really switch up all that much. It has 2 main sections that it goes back and forth between. I think the thing that makes it work, though, the fact that I think their longest song, I think this song might be a little bit longer than Paranoid Android. It is the fact that they keep adding things to the mix. Like, you have these really weird, off-putting backing vocals in the back of the right channel. You have really subtle electric guitar matching what the piano's doing. You have very soft, very quiet string arrangements just coming in and out, and the weird, unsettling electronics that are just they're barely there. You can barely hear them, but they're present and they're adding so much to the mix, and it works so well. Like here, the way they're coming in, going from the left to the right channel, adds so much. Like, they even have to have interesting, like, weird stuff going on with the time signature. The bass and the piano have a 3/4 polyrhythm going on right now. I only just noticed that. That sounds incredible. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the bass is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, 3/2 actually, not 3/4. it just adds to how chaotic the end of this song is. It just builds, adding every element that's been in the song so far. I love that that just comes completely out of nowhere. Like, all of the other elements of the song slowly drop out, the piano becomes quieter, and then it just suddenly hits you with these random violin stabs that come in, and it's just so off-putting, and it's it's such a surprise. I love it so much. Johnny Greenwood is just... Oh, and these reversed vocals, dude. Oh my god, that song is so good. It's... damn. What a perfect follow-up to Burn the Witch. Those reverse vocals at the end there, by the way, he's saying half of my life, which I think is in reference to his split with his wife, because he was married to her for half of his life up to this point. I think he was 48 when this album came out, and he was married to her for 24 years. Yeah, I think that's what the half of my life things, or maybe he means the amount of time he's been in the band, I don't know. Yeah, that song is absolutely incredible. It is the perfect follow-up to Burn the Witch. It's so much slower, it's so much obvious, so much more obvious in its darkness, in its mellowness. I think that the way it progresses as it goes along is absolutely amazing. The way they are adding so many interesting elements, and they are building on the instrumental, and the fact that it's 6.5 minutes, it goes by like that. It is just so incredible, dude. This song and Burn the Witch both end very similarly. They start off with this very dreamlike, spacey sound, and then end with a very sinister sounding build-up that hints at something very dark to come. And I think that having that be the case on both of the first songs is such a great way of setting up the tone for the rest of the album. That song's a 10. That song is legitimately, like, just perfect. This album is one that took quite a while. It took quite a while to grow on me. The first time I heard it, I was like, okay, this is solid. This is decent. I just wish it was a little bit more immediate, like OK Computer was, because the first Radiohead album I listened to was OK Computer, and then this album, which I think sort of messed with my expectations a bit, because they're two very different albums made in very different periods in the band's timeline. But I think as time's gone on and I've heard the rest of their albums, this one has genuinely grown to be one of my favourites. And I'm very excited to get onto the rest of it. So I'm just going to move on. Track 3, Desert Island Disc. Oh no, track 3 is Dex Dark. Oh my god.
But it was just a laugh, just a laugh, just a laugh, just a laugh, even at this angle. So we crumble.
How have 2 minutes of this song already gone by? It feels like 30 seconds. Holy crap. Oh, this song is incredible, dude. This song reminds me a lot of Subterranean Homesick Alien, where in that song he's talking about wanting to be taken up by a spaceship or whatever, and like wanting it to basically take him into space and show him the stars. Whereas this song is kind of like the opposite of that. It's talking about a spaceship that's coming in and, I guess, crippling humanity with a deafeningly loud noise, which I guess is some sort of metaphor for, like, some sort of, like, oppressive governmental figure taking control of a group of people or something. I think it's a really interesting way of going about this. Honestly, the sound of this song is just so incredible. It keeps switching up and it keeps building, and for that reason it's probably my favorite song on the album up to this point. The choir vocals are absolutely amazing here. Like, even this, just the piano switching up adds so much here, and the bass matching it as well. This ending is so spacey and dreamlike. Before it transitions into Desert Island Disc, I have to talk about how well produced this album is. Good God, this is honestly one of the best produced Radiohead albums. I would say, like, it slightly beats out Kid A for, like, the second best produced album of theirs. There's so many incredible production elements going on here. The panning is gorgeous, the bass is just perfect, and all of the guitar tones and the weird glitchy electronics that are adding to the mix are just all incredible. Even the choir vocals, Johnny Greenwood is so good at arranging orchestral elements, dude. This song's another 10. It's my favorite song up to this point. It's so good. Damn, this album is just as good as I remember it being. I'm just gonna move on to the next song, Desert Island Disc. Incredible transition. The other thing that works for me about this album is the variety of sound they got going on here. Like, you've got an orchestral song, you've got piano ballads, you've got like a sort of folky song here. And later on in the album they implement elements of like krautrock and stuff like that. I'm loving the variety of sound they got going on here. It keeps everything feeling like fresh and makes you want to continue listening, you know? This is such a great open for this song, honestly. Like, I love how simple it is. It's just acoustic guitar, 4 on the floor kick drum that's super quiet, just adding a nice element of rhythm to it, and then you've got this nice little synth going on in the left channel that's just coming in and out and in and out, and it's adding so much atmosphere here. I'm liking how simple this one is.
Through an open doorway, across the street to another life. Waking up from shadows.
And it just completely switches up and the drums come in, dude. And then the instrumental just fills up and it builds.
Different types of love, different types of love, different types of love are possible, are possible.
Ooh. Yeah, great ass outro, dude. Again, the variety of sounds they have going on this album is just so great. I love that it's completely switching up every single song, but they all feel tonally consistent. There's still a very sad undertone to each of these songs that just is keeping it in that exact same space, I guess. Yeah, I also love that, like, throughout the album you're getting hints to the context. Most of these songs are based on much like broader topics, but you're getting hints as to the context of the album, like on Daydreaming where he says half of my life, on this song where he says different types of love are possible. It's, I guess, a nice way of tying the album into the real world context behind it, while still having it be about the broader scheme of the album, I guess. It's a really nice way of implementing it, and I think it works perfectly. That song's another 10. It slowly builds to an absolutely incredible close. It starts off so simple. The writing here is absolutely incredible. I have no complaints about this thing so far. I'm just gonna move on to the next track, Full Stop. See how it transitions. Nice. Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna pause. I love the start of this song. I love the intro here. The way the drums and that swirling bass line just very, very slowly creep into the front of the mix. It takes about a minute and a half for them to fully reach the front of the mix, and I love that. It has all of these like strange atmospheric noises going on as well, like building the tension here. This song is incredible, dude. Every single element of the instrumental here is so good. Like the synths are being made to sound like horns and stuff. Oh, it's just so good.
You really messed up everything. You really messed up everything. If you could take it all back again. Strike up the tinderbox. This is a foul tasting medicine.
Like this song, it's very introspective, I guess. I think maybe this might be the first song that's maybe like directly addressing like the real life events that led to this album. He's saying, you really messed up everything, if you could take it all back again, stuff like that. Why should I be good if you're not? And then he says, this is a foul tasting medicine. Maybe like the actual split with his wife is the foul tasting medicine he's referring to here. It's just done so well, man. This album is so well written.
To be trapped in your full stop.
I don't really have words to describe how incredible that song is to me. Firstly, that's the best song on this album, in my opinion, hands down. The song is a 10. The other night I listened to this song because I knew I was going to be listening to the album and I wanted to, just listen to one of the songs to get into the right headspace for it. And I was like, okay, I enjoyed it, but it didn't blow me away as much as it normally does. But then returning to it now, it's just clicking with me again. Everything about this song is perfect. This song has the only explosive moment on the whole album with that middle section there. It is the only explosive moment on the entire album, and it lasts about a minute and a half, and it is just so incredible. He's just repeating the same line: truth will mess you up, truth will mess you up, truth will mess you up. Oh my god. It's just so incredible. It's implemented so well, and it doesn't feel unnecessary, because it isn't even really that intense of an explosive moment. It's more just the song picks up for a minute and then slows back down again. It works so well. And the flow of this track too is insanely good. This thing is 6 minutes, and it feels like it's a 3.5 minute song. And again, this does feel like the first time he is tackling this head on in any of these songs. It feels like it's directly addressing the context. And I think it's just so well written. Most of it is repeated lines. Truth will mess you up, repeated about 20 times. Will you take me back? Will you take me back again? And then at the end he's saying, you really messed up. You really messed up this time. You really messed up. It's so good. It's so simple, but it uses its simplicity to its advantage and just builds around this one simple idea. It's so good. From beginning to end, this song just feels like a complete journey of a song. It doesn't even switch up all that much, but it just feels like a completely different song by the time you reach the end, because of how much they built around it. Anyway, moving on to the last song in part 1, we have Glass Eyes, I think? Glass Eyes. Okay, already, I absolutely love that one thing I've always loved about this song. It starts off on the left channel, then slowly brings it to the middle. It's so good.
Hey, it's me. I just got off the train. A frightening place. The faces are concrete gray, and I'm wondering, should I turn around? Buy another ticket. The panic is coming on strong, so cold.
I absolutely love the writing on this song. Was it he's describing being at a train station surrounded by people with expressionless faces, saying that they're concrete grey, and he's being sent into a full-on panic attack because of it. I love that. It's, again, the writing on here is insanely good.
Path trails off and heads down the mountain through the dry bush. I don't know where to lead, and I don't care.
This string arrangement is insanely good.
I feel this love turn cold.
This song's gorgeous, dude. It definitely feels a bit like an interlude, but it honestly doesn't really matter because it fits in so well with the context. This is just a slow, truly depressed song. There is no hope in here. There is no light. It is just a feeling of pure anxiety and panic, and it takes its time as well. The song's less than 3 minutes, but it really takes its time, and I think that's incredible. I think this song is done as perfectly as it could be, and I am feeling another 10 on this song. Yeah, incredible string arrangement, great vocals as always, one of the better written songs on here too. I have no complaints. And yeah, that is going to do it for part 1. Stream, do not go anywhere. We're going to be filming part 2 in just a second. Thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, this is the second to last video in the Radiohead series. Part 2 will be the final one until Radiohead release LP10, and I have no idea when that's going to come out. Might not be for another couple of years at this point, honestly. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the video around. If we hit 1,000 subs by February, I will be going bold. Check out my gaming channel. Check out the rest of my Radiohead videos if you haven't yet. And yeah, I will see you all in part 2. Goodbye.